Hello peoples. So today's video is going to be about visual language. So visual language is just an idea about creating something that kind of speaks to you. It's developing your own sense of communicating through visuals. And so just giving you some ideas. And I made some videos on live Facebook and Instagram about this idea, but I'm going to continue to do it hopefully in just my YouTube channel like this, so that way you can come back to it, you can share it and do all that. And so yeah, so visual language is the key today. So before we get started, we're going to go over our agreements. So these are agreements, not rules. The difference is we're just going to agree to try to maintain these ideas as opposed to having rules that you have to be work by or do by, because obviously we can break rules, but in this case we're just going to try to agree to try to maintain these ideas. And so agreement number one is there's no such thing as mistakes. No mistakes. What that means is, it doesn't mean you can't mess up. It just means that if you do feel like you mess up, you have that feeling like, oh man, I made a mistake, or I can't do this, or that's wrong, then just consider it an opportunity in disguise, okay? Because mistakes usually breed something new, usually give you another idea or give you a different possibility you never thought about before, okay? So remember, agreement number one, no mistakes, okay? Agreement number two, there's no criticizing. Okay, no criticizing. Another word for that is no judging. Okay, and no criticizing or judging, however you want to say it, someone else's drawing or someone else's work or ideas. But more importantly and specifically, no criticizing yourself. Okay, because I think that's the first person we tend to criticize, is to think like, oh, this isn't any good, I can't do this, this is wrong, I'm bad, I'm the worst at this, hers or his is better, and all that stuff. Don't worry about that. Let's not criticize, okay? So remember, no criticizing. That's agreement number two. Agreement number three is practice, practice, practice. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to get better at, you got to practice, practice, practice. You want to learn how to ride a bike, you got to practice, practice, practice. You want to learn how to cut hair, you got to practice, practice, practice. What does a young child do when they want to learn how to walk? They practice, 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 and then don't stop until they walk, right? So the idea here is we're just practicing something. Perhaps you've done it before, perhaps you haven't, but hopefully you're going to learn something new, and I'm going to learn something new at the same time too. And so super important that we try to stick to those agreements. And if you have other agreements, you can create them yourself and message me below, comment below if you have other agreements you think we should kind of go by, and I'll be willing to kind of put them in there for the next video and all that. So thank you again for tuning in, and here we go, visual language. Okay, so in order to do this, you can use a blank piece of paper, or you can use whatever paper. Today, I'm gonna use old pieces of paper that I've used before, but I'm gonna use the other side because on this side I was trying to do another project and I kind of messed up, right? I made a mistake. I didn't though, but I figured I can still keep this and use this side to practice something. I didn't make a mistake, right? And then I also used just other pieces of cardboard. I just cut pieces of cardboard and I just use the other side of it to practice and to make, and it's just a nice little cover, nice solid piece of canvas we can use in order to make something. So I'm gonna save this one for another project or another idea that I have. So I'm just gonna keep it simple and do this. So today's visual language was inspired by Miraya. Okay, Miraya, her mom sent me a picture of a drawing she did of dots, and I'm gonna put a picture right there. You'll see right here that her mom sent me, that she did, and her mom Sonia told me that she liked the videos that I did live, and so yeah, so she inspired me to do this. So thank you, Miraya, for inspiring this, because I did some drawings like this a long time ago, and I think it'll be a nice visual and also just a nice little practice. So what it is today, the visual language is dots. Okay, so you can use any colors. I'm just gonna use 5 colors right there, okay? And you can use whatever colors you want, but I'm just gonna use these colors here, and here we go. Okay, so first things first, let's think about our agreements, and let's try this. Ready? So what you're gonna do is just make dots, however you want. So I'm gonna pair them like this together. I'm gonna keep it simple. In fact, I'm gonna go a little thicker. So mine have 2 sides like this. Okay, I'm gonna make them thicker so you can see. Okay. So a long time ago, I used to make a couple of drawings. I didn't stick with it too much, but there are some famous painters that utilize dots in order to make their paintings. I can't tell you which ones because I don't know. So here we go. So there's one idea, watch this. I'm gonna add something else to it. So again, just dots, okay? And you can go with me or you can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you ideas, okay? And feel free to pause whenever you want and try something else out. But these are just ideas, okay? These aren't the answers, but these are just ideas we can kind of go on, and if they kind of make you think of something else, then go for it, okay? And so here we go. So I'm gonna stick with my idea that I was thinking in the first place of a flower. It's always just easy and nice to make a flower, right? I think most people, most children, most adults, we've all drawn flowers at one point or another. It's kind of just the simplest thing we can think of when we're kids. We learn about flowers in kindergarten and preschool and all that good stuff. And look, it just dots. There's no wrong way to do it. I'm not worried about being perfect or making it the most beautiful. And again, remember, we're not trying to be the best at this, even though you could be. We don't have to be the best. We just want to be better, okay? Maybe you've done this before, and cool. But if you haven't, let's see if you can make yourself feel better about it, okay? Let me change colors, okay? Remember, there's no wrong way to try it out. You can get a little sloppier, you can make them bigger, smaller. You don't have to be anything or expect anything out of yourself when it comes to this. Just do. The idea is just to do something and try it out, okay? Now, I've never done it like this. I wish I had. I think I gave away that drawing that I made out of dots. In fact, I might have a picture of it. I'll maybe put the picture up so that way you can see. Okay? And just like that. Okay? So there's one idea, and you can keep on expanding. You can keep trying to make that, I don't know, define it however you want. But this is up to you, okay? So this is one idea here. I'm gonna go to another idea, okay? So if you wanna pause here, and if you wanna keep on going, however you want. Here you go, idea number 2, okay? Let's keep it simple. I'm telling you, just keep it simple, and then the ideas keep on expanding. It's like the pyramids built on top of pyramids, on top of pyramids, on top of pyramids, right? That's how we used to do it. Here we go. So I'm just gonna keep on going on this dot idea. And so the idea again is visual language. You're creating a language that says something visually, right? There's no wrong answer, no wrong way to do it. I'm gonna change colors again. Okay. And so watch. I'm gonna add a little swirly thing like this. I don't know if you can see the yellow. Can you see the yellow? A little bit. But you kind of hopefully see what I'm doing. And there's no age limit for this, okay? Perhaps you can see the yellow, maybe not. Okay, let me change a different color so it's easier to see. I'll go orange. Okay? And so remember, no criticizing. You think to yourself, ah man, this is coming out bad. I can't do this. I'm not good. It's like, we'll see it through, right? And again, this is why I like to use this material. This is an old Girl Scout box, because again, this was going to be thrown out anyways, but why not change it? Change the purpose and make this into something maybe we can possibly frame, give it away, put it on the fridge, teach our young ones how to recycle, and just think about this type of mentality of reusing and recycling, right? Again, it doesn't have to look like anything. It doesn't have to be anything specific or have a complete purpose. Again, the idea is just doing and trying and seeing it through. Okay? This is how I kind of came to develop my own style, my own way of creating my own visual language. And for those of you who follow my Instagram and have followed my creative path, you can kind of see my style has changed along the way. And yeah, because it's always evolving. I'm always getting new ideas, and just by doing, I see other possibilities. Okay, so there you go. Again, I'm not expecting it to look like anything. I've just been trying it out. Okay, I've never done this before, but now I know I can do this, and I know now I can think about something else later on. Here we go. One more example. All right. So let's try something big like this. Watch this. So I'm gonna do a big dot. In fact, I'm not gonna close it. So we're talking about dots, but I'm gonna mix ideas, okay? Keep it there. And even with these videos, I don't know if this is good. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm not gonna know until I do it. And I'm not gonna stop myself from trying, because I have gotten feedback from people, and like young Miraya, who mom tells me she saw the videos and she liked it, and I had a handful of friends tell me that they kind of want to see another tutorial. And so I decided, okay, there's a demand, and at the same time too, this kind of helps me to re-solidify my ideas and think like, oh, maybe there is something to, maybe there is something nice about it that works, right? It's actually worked for me, and I feel like I'm an example of my ideas at work. So here we go. Again, it's not about being right. It's not about being the best. It's just about doing and trying something new. Okay, so if you like what you saw, please comment below. Let me know what you thought. And if you want to see another one, if you have an idea, send me a picture. I'd like to see what you have and what you do, and how this project helped you create something. Okay, thank you again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and have a beautiful day, and get at it, because we're on our way.